Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, finally, all the six shifts of your AFCAT examinations are over, and right now, you all must be wondering whether or not you guys have made the cut or not, right? So, on that particular regard, I wanted to make this video so as to predict what exactly could be the cutoff. So, what I have basically done over here is to analyze the previous cutoff trends for this AFCAT examination, and then I also wanted to talk a little bit about the normalization, okay, because many of you have questions on that front as well. And lastly, I will cover on what exactly is my take on as far as the expected cutoffs over here, right? So let's get started. I would urge all of you to watch the video from starting to till the very ending, okay? And all those of you have been following me, following my live PYQ sessions. I would also urge them to, you know, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay. So I have taken the sample over here from the year 2014 itself, and I have taken good amount of sample 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 samples, right? Okay. And what we could observe was that there were couple of times, okay, if we have to observe that there was this time and there was this particular time, right? And this was the time of COVID, right? 2019 to 21, we saw an increase in the cutoff, and the cutoff till now has peaked, right, at 165, and the second highest cutoff so far has been 160, right? So these two things we have to keep that in mind. So any one of you who is like above 165 or so, right, you please do not watch this video. You can stop this video. You are passing the exam, right? Please just go ahead and start preparing for your SSBs, okay? The rest of the talks are not at all relevant for you, right? And the second observation I wanted to talk about is like from 2021 onwards, okay? From 2021 onwards up till, you know, this 2023 first session, it has kind of largely remained the same, right? But the change has come in from, the last couple of sessions of examination, right? And the latest session of examination, what we saw, the cutoff was as low as only 137, okay? And this was the normalized marks, okay? Right? And we'll talk about the normalized marks as well, okay? What exactly do we mean by normalization? We'll talk about that particular stuff as well. Over here, I also wanted to talk about the average. Okay, the average, right? So far, if you take the average of, all of these 20 odd observations over here, the number comes out to be somewhere around 147. Okay, and this is my firm belief. Okay, it can only be belief, right? Right? Because we have not seen the paper, and we have not seen the results, right? We have not, many of us haven't seen the paper from the aspirant's point of view, right? The last session was the examination, the latest examination, which I was eligible to appear for AFCAT, and from then on it's done, right? So, it will be only a prediction as such. It will only be, you know we'll be talking about what is our hang and feel of it, okay, hang and feel of it, right, okay. And the actual D day, it can be anywhere plus or minus 5, okay. With this particular deviation, we are looking forward to predict the numbers over here, okay. Two observation, my gut feeling is that, if your marks is anywhere above 160, 165, please do not worry, please do not be bothered about these cutoffs, xyz cutoffs. no videos on this regard is relevant for you, you please quit and go ahead and prepare for your SSB, right? And the second observation is about the average so far. Okay, the average so far is around 147. Okay, so on that basis, I have a very strong feeling that if you are breaching this particular mark, 147, in that case also you should feel completely secured. Okay, so all those of you who are above 147 in gist, they should feel safe and secure. But hang on, this is not my prediction yet. Okay, so further, I wanted to talk about this normalization that happens, and the normalization happens because there is like total shifts of examinations. Okay, the examination AFCAT examination happen in 6 different shifts. Okay, and in all we have 6 into 100, total 600 different questions. Right. So who has got how much of marks? Okay, so there is a statistical method. What they read is that in order to rationalize the marks scored by candidates appearing in different shifts in an objective manner through statistical method before declaration of result, marks scored by candidates will be normalized, okay, as per the following formula. Okay, so this is a statistical method wherein they kind of compare the top 0.1% of the marks, right, with the marks with the marks of your own marks with your marks, right? And this comparison happen for each of the shifts, right? Okay, so it's not our prerogative to try and decode what exactly does this formula mean to us. Okay, it's a statistical formula, okay, wherein this particular value ascertains the average marks of 0.1% of the total candidates appearing for the examination across all the shifts. Okay, right. So over here, Mij, it represents the normalized marks scored by jth candidate in the ith shift. Okay, so basically, what I mean to say over here is that, let us say, day one, day one, shift one. Okay, day one and shift one was easy, right? Day one and shift one was easy, and the average of 0.1% was somewhere around 280, right? Okay, these are the 0.1 percentile. And then day two, let us say day two, shift two, right? Day two, shift two, the paper was a little bit tough, let's say. Okay, and the topper has got the top 0.1% has got only 260 marks. Okay, in both the cases this is the rank 1 and this is the rank 1. Okay, right. So probably what it works out is that there's a lot of calculation over here. The average is involved over here, your standard deviation is involved over here, right? Okay, so if you guys pursue your BSc in statistics, maybe probably you will learn this concept. Okay, so and I'm not BSc in statistics. Okay, so both of these guys are rank 1 in their particular shift. Okay, considering that there's only 1,000 candidates, right? So how will we rank? We cannot rank the person who has got 280 marks in shift 1 day 1 as the topper, and this guy as the another as maybe rank 10 or something like that, because over there you will have 275, 270, and all that, and all that will also be there, right? So how it works out is that since this is an easy shift, so the marks will be reduced. The 280 will be reduced to bring to somewhere around 270. Okay, right? And this marks will be similarly increased. Okay, it will depend upon the formula, the data that is given over there. Right? We don't know the data, so let us say over here this particular marks was increased by 11. Okay, so this guy who has got 271 as the normalized marks will be ranked higher than this particular guy who has got 280 marks. That is 270 marks will be the net rank. Okay, that's why many of you see, if many of you in the the previous attempt of your examination, right, you got like close to 140, 141. Okay, but the normalized marks was less than the cutoff marks. Okay, the normalized marks was, let's say, 135. So in that case we have failed to make the cut. Okay, but in the difficult shift of examination, let's say even if you have got 135 and it has been, let's say, normalized to get +4 +5 marks, and you have got net normalized marks as 140, so this chap will make the cut out there. Okay, so finally, we'll talk about what exactly you guys have been looking for. Let's go back and let's try to understand over here is that 137 has been the cutoff so far. Okay, 137 has been the cutoff so far. And I strongly believe that the paper, all the six shifts combined, okay, all the six shifts combined, okay, was slightly, you know, easier than the last time. Okay, than the last time. Okay, that is why I feel is that the cutoff will not go lower than this. Okay, and it will not go above this average as well, the average of 147 as well. Okay, so the cutoff is likely to revolve around these two particular numbers. Okay, right. My advice will be that if you are scoring anywhere around 140 plus, okay, if you are scoring 140 plus, you should straight away go and prepare for your SSBs and AFSBs, right? Okay, because we don't know, okay, we don't know where will you get +3 marks, or the +6 marks or something like that, +4 or +8 marks somewhere else. Okay, from anywhere, from any of the questions, right? Two questions that you are thinking that the keys that people have said is, your question is wrong, but eventually you have done it right. Okay, right. So it will push your marks from 140 to, let's say, 144 and 148. Okay, it's very tough for me to boil down, to drill down between these two numbers. Okay, anything anything for me to to drill down anything between these two numbers, it will be a tough call for me, right? So I would safely say, I would advise all of you is that if you are scoring 140 plus marks, okay, if you are scoring 140 plus marks, you should feel content, okay, you should feel confident, okay, right? I cannot say that this is what is going to be the cutoff, okay, but I can definitely say that the cutoff will not go below 137 and the cutoff will not go above 147 either. Okay, so if you are scoring, why I've said you that +4 +8 we can get from any of the questions which we are assuming that to be a wrong one, okay, but eventually that's a right one. Okay, so this marks will eventually will become 146 or 148 or something like that, and we'll make the cut. Okay, so if your marks is around 140, you should feel safe and secure. Okay, so this is what my prediction will be overall. The cutoff prediction will be 140. Okay, there is no minus in it. Okay, maybe, yeah, maybe plus or minus, let's say, 3 marks, that's it. Okay, right. So this is what my entire prediction would look like. And day 1, day 2, and day 3 shifts of examination, right? what I what I could gauge from the pulse of the aspirants over here was that the GKGS in all the shifts were moderate. Okay, in all the shifts were pretty moderate. Okay, over here was moderate, over here was moderate. Okay, right. And this was about the GKGS, right? Okay, reasoning was lengthy. Okay, reasoning was lengthy across all the shifts across the 3 days, right? For all the 3 days, it was lengthy. Okay, and as far as mathematics is concerned, it was all conceptual. Okay, it was all conceptual for all of it. Okay, and English, as usual, in a few of the scenarios, the antonyms, synonyms were, you know, bouncer, right? Okay, but it was not undoable at all. Okay, right? So, so what I strongly feel is that it is going to be more than 137 for sure, and it will not breach the number 147 either. Okay, so in that case, if you are gaining your marks somewhere around 140, so you should be fingers crossed for you. Okay, and you should go ahead and prepare for your SSBs. Okay, if your marks is less than 140, okay, if your marks is less than 140, then please go ahead and start preparing for the next attempt. Okay, and stay tuned to the Forges Academy channel. Okay, Forges Academy channel. And if you are not aware of this, in the last session, in the 2024 second session of the examination, we did the PYQ series, and from that PYQ series, many of the questions have come, like, about NATO, about UN, about the instruments that we use, okay, for measuring different kinds of stuff. Okay, 1970 war, 71 war, and the motto of the services and all that stuff. Okay, so there were many questions which were straight out of the PYQs as well. Okay, I would not claim over here that all the questions were from my PYQs, but there were certainly a good number of questions from the PYQ for sure. Okay, and mathematics, from mathematics, I can say safely that none of the questions were outside our purview. Okay, our ambit. Okay, all that we taught have been asked in your examination, guys. Okay, and same was the case with English as well. Okay, English, we cannot really predict what they will ask. It's English is all about the behavior, right? And if you are wondering how exactly to work out with your behavior, so the stuff is that you please read the newspaper. This is what is going to help you, and as well as it is going to help you to build the talk tracks at SSBs as well, right? Helping you prepare for your SSBs and the current affairs and stuff as well. Okay, and reasoning, we got to practice, practice, and practice. Okay, practice, practice, and practice. Please just practice, and if you have practiced enough, it is going to help you a lot in OIRs as well, the day one of your screening test at SSBs and AFSBs, right? And it will help you to be at the OIR band 1 and 2. Okay, anything below that, the chances of screening gets dicey. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you, for joining. 140 is a number, is the golden number that I am looking for. Okay, that all of you should be looking for. Okay, I strongly feel that 140 is a safe score. Okay, SCOR. Okay, anything plus or minus that you all know, it can be covered up here and there. Okay, so thank you so much, all of you, for joining, all of you for watching the video, and we'll meet again with the CDS. And meanwhile, if you have enjoyed this video and if you have liked the content in the channel, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye. Jai Hind. Take care.